It has been listed as one of the biggest food festivals in the continent. Delicious International Food and Music Festival in Johannesburg, South Africa. The focus of our show today.
I like that we bring our own South African flavor to it and promoting black business.
We wanted a music festival for people that wanted to come and have fantastic food, fantastic hospitality and fantastic music.
But what would it take to have such an event in Kenya?
What that takes is a huge, huge backing from the government.
And I feel that that is a space where Kenyans who are on this similar wavelength can actually benefit.
Well, we have highlights of that delicious event here in South Africa in this particular program. But first, let's have the fact sheet.
On our fact sheet this week, we focus on food culture in Africa. We start with West Africa. A few common dishes in West Africa are gari and fufu. Fufu is what is commonly referred to as ugali in Kenya. West Africans are also known for hunting and eating bush meat. From West Africa, we go to the north, where the most common staple food is wheat, which is used to make round, leavened flat bread. Because the region is predominantly Muslim, halal, or rather permissible meats, are usually eaten. Most dishes here are spiced. For East Africa, needless to say, rice and maize compete as most of the region's staple food. In the South African region, you will find boerewors, a very popular sausage dish, especially in South Africa. It consists of either seasoned pork or beef that has been coarsely minced. But just like East Africa, you'll also find rice and ugali, which they call pap.
Now, Delicious International Food and Music Festival is a platform where restaurants in South Africa come together to showcase their most exclusive gastronomic delights. And it's also a platform for most of the chefs to showcase their culinary skills. Now, this year the event was held here in Grand Prix, Kalami, and here are some of the highlights. It has become a farm calendar favorite with foodies where great culinary creatives share their passion. This year's edition of Delicious International Food and Music Festival, held in Johannesburg, gave the festival goers a bigger and better gastronomical experience. In numbers, they made their way into Kalami Grand Prix. This time, not for the motor racing circuit and Formula One races usually held here in Midrand, Gauteng province, but for the 6th edition of the Delicious Festival. With an overwhelming attendance of about 40,000 people over the 2-day festival, one would think it was a free entry event. No, with general access and VIP tickets going for about 700 rands, which is about 7,000 Kenya shillings, and ambassador luxury suite tickets going for as much as 7,000 rands, which is about 70,000 shillings, one cannot but conclude that South Africans love food, drinks, and music.
I'm Gaby. I'm here for drinking water and for the music. They play nice, good music. The only difference is last year they brought Common here, and then this year it's Erika Badu. So it's different theme every year. So this year it's Neo Soul. Last year was rap. So
we have food, drinks, and even music here. What do you like most and why?
Obviously drinks.
About me, it's combination of the two. You get nice food, you get nice music, and nice people to hang around with.
And what are your expectations? What do you expect from the artists who will be performing tomorrow?
The expectation is they must bring their best. we're bringing our best. They must bring their best.
And our money too.
Yeah. And
Okay, perfect. Now let me come to you, and we are basically looking at this particular event. What do you like most about it?
The ambience, the people, everything about it is nice. I guess at the end of the day, we're here to enjoy and have fun. Food, drinks, entertainment, yeah.
Kalami was full of delectable food, invigorating drinks, fresh vibes, and only the best artists the world has to offer. The festival organizers delivered mouth-watering food, street chefs, and delectable trains, as well as a music lineup of world-class entertainment and local acts.
It's for first time for me to come this side for attending the festival, but up so far, I'm enjoying it.
What are you enjoying most?
Drinks, beer, music, everything. The environment, it's so cool.
I think we're a bubble of everything. When they say we're a rainbow nation, they mean exactly that. I love the fact that we infuse so many different vibrancy, cultures into one, and at the same time, we're one nation, but one rainbow nation, but different colors come together. So I love that.
Yeah, we actually part of Coke Food Fest.
Yes.
So everybody in this little street is finalists at the Coke Food Fest. So it's a competition.
So we're representing Gauteng. Our meal is gourmet. Obviously, then other guys are on the go, traditional gourmet, which we are now representing Gauteng.
Kenyans were not left behind in this. After all, this is not just a South African affair. Revelers and foodies visiting South Africa from Nigeria, Kenya, the United States of America, and the UK make their odyssey every year, and this year was no different.
Oh my God. So the food has been absolutely amazing, and I love that their food has personality. Let's take, for example, like the first food truck that you'll go to, everybody has been recommending it. It's called Something Fresh. Everybody says, go there, have their food. But the guy who's there, he's so charming, he makes you laugh. So I really like that their food has personality. I love that they pay attention to detail, to how they style the food, plate the food. And it's so flavorful, from the chicken wings that you will eat from Wing Republic to the bunny chow that you will eat from the rotis sections as well, to the pap that you can be able to taste. And there's a lot of other South African food that I cannot pronounce that is absolutely delicious to taste over here.
South Africa is considered one of the developed countries in terms of food and music. So we've come to see and assess how it will work for the Kenyan market, what we can borrow and what can work in terms of culture, food, music, as food and music is what brings people together. And I feel it's a great opportunity for brands, for food brands to come together and showcase the best.
The festival is also a popular music attraction, and this year saw an incredibly talented lineup, with the main stage belonging to the new soul icon, Erykah Badu, as the headliner. Liz Ogumbo, a Kenyan-born singer and songwriter who is making her name as a fashion model and producer, was one of the guest artists in this year's edition, with hits like Maropa More and What You Know About Her. Inspired by a wide range of music including jazz, soul, and even hip-hop, Ogumbo left behind a beautiful impression on anyone who listened to her music.
I didn't know who was going to come, but the one thing I'll tell you for sure is I thought about the performance. That's the difference between me maybe and John or Peter, or I don't know, or maybe the similarity. I thought about it and I paid attention to it. I didn't know who was going to be there, but the one thing I said is, let me first clean my house. Before you get your guests in, you clean your house. And I did exactly that. I got a beautiful choir organized by Loiso Givens, who's also been helping with the production. 14-piece choir. In fact, it was going to be a 20-piece choir. Who does that? I got 14 dancers to do chakacha, and I taught them chakacha. You know when people say, oh, just send them to a dance class. No. This is chakacha. I'm the one who knows chakacha. Come to me. I have lessons. I will show you. and they launch a catcher. Then I had a 6-piece band. I've got the bass, the drums, the trumpet, the keys, the guitar, and then I had my backup vocals. That was our stage. Our stage was quite a full stage. But the one thing I said is when I get on stage, and for me this is a spiritual moment, we pray backstage, I make sure everyone's smiling, release all of your worries and pretend you're going into like, I don't know, pretend you're going to fly like a butterfly for a few minutes until we finish that experience. We got on stage. Even when I got on stage before I start singing, I don't know if you noticed, but first thing for me is to connect to the audience. And I wanted to tell them who I am, what I'm here to do, and ask them if it's okay with them to give them a bit of power, but let them know that I'm here, I got their back, they just need to trust me.
The festival has grown in leaps and bounds. It is known as South Africa's biggest food and music festival, as well as the biggest weekend of the year, a not to be missed calendar event. And with the year-on-year growth and success, it goes without saying that the best edition of Delicious Food Fest is yet to happen. Well, as you've seen, it was an event full of pomp and color. At this point, we take a short break, but still to come.
It looks like Nairobi is going to be our first African adventure, and we're very, very excited about it.
I don't know if we have 20,000 people who are going to come out.
I think they have money. Do you think they have money? I know they have money. Money day.
South Africa, a country that is known to be so proud of its culture. And this is evident from the attendance of this year's Delicious International Food and Music Festival. But talking to the organizers, it's not all about culture, it's about business and boosting tourism in South Africa. It's no doubt that the event means big business, not only to the organizers, but to the brands displayed during the two-day festival. Now, plans to have the event held in Kenya next year are underway. But let's first understand how the event came about in the first place. Lloyd Cornwell is the founder of Delicious Festival. He tells us of how the idea was born.
We started Delicious 6 years ago because we wanted a music festival for grown-ups. We wanted a music festival for people that wanted to come and have fantastic food, fantastic hospitality, and fantastic music. And most music festivals, you know, you're standing in a field eating a hot dog. You're not enjoying wonderful hospitality, gourmet food, Michelin star chefs. So it's all about food and music and family put together. And it's taken, it's just grown and grown and grown over the last 6 years. The festival has grown because we've added more parts. I mean, year one we had 3 restaurants. This year we've got 9 restaurants. We've got 2 stages, a dance stage and a main stage. And obviously we've got Erykah Badu headlining today. So the talent has grown. And in terms of attendance, I mean, in year one we had 15,000 people. And there's 22,000 people coming in today.
It is indeed an event of its kind that gives everyone attending some memorable experience. And now Kenyans might just experience these delicious moments firsthand.
It looks like Nairobi is going to be our first African adventure, and we're very, very excited about it. So hopefully next year, 2019, we'll be bringing Delicious International Food and Music Festival to Nairobi, and we're very much looking forward to getting up there and bringing this show and bringing something different.
But what does it take to organize such an event, especially outside South Africa?
A lot of people, thousands and thousands of man-hours, and a lot of experience. But we're very confident with the team that we've got in Kenya that they can put it together. Obviously, you've got a local organising committee, and then you've got your international committee. So the LOC dovetails straight into the international committee. So you've got, your head of ground transport, head of talent, head of venue, chief designer. All your different departments work with the local organising committee. But we've got an international team that have got huge experience, and we're looking forward to getting. I think we're going to Kenya in 3 weeks, and we're really looking forward to getting up there.
EJ Matthews is the CEO of Bigger Than Life Entertainment, a Las Vegas-based company in the US specializing in concert promotion. He has promoted quite a number of concerts in Kenya, and he shares with me his insights on the level of preparedness that Kenya requires to host such an event.
You know, the problem I ran into in Kenya, and what the Kenyan government needs to understand, is that for a big event like the Delicious Festival to happen in Kenya, the government would have to get behind it. You know, it's like here in, like, for instance, in December, the Delicious Festival was today. In December 2nd, there's a big event where there's going to be Usher, Pharrell, Ed Sheeran, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Casper, Wizkid. It's going to be a huge event here for the Citizen Festival in December the 2nd. What that takes is a huge, huge backing from the government. So the governments have to be a part of bringing something such as that to Kenya. You have that new super senator in Kenya. He's on board to do whatever. I mean, he's willing to do a festival like the Delicious Festival, but he needs support from his fellow government people. You know what I mean? So the Super Senator Johnson, yeah, he's a fantastic individual. I met him. He's a good guy. He wants to work with people like myself. So all he needs is some more support from his fellow government people, and a situation like the Delicious Fest can happen. The tedious things that we have to go through, dealing with the sponsors, dealing with getting the stages, transportation, the staging, people like Expose over in Kenya, they do all the work. We just push the buttons, you understand? So the beneficiary to what we do is the fan. I mean, I understand that you would like to think that it's us, you know, on our side, but it's actually what we do is we do it for the fans.
Say Kenya, I'm sure Coca-Cola is going to come to you. It's going to become nationally, so you guys will be put on the map, definitely.
Yeah. And for the little guys, don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Just go and do what you love,
yes.
And if you can serve it for yourself, you'll serve it to your customers.
Yeah.
Now what am I supposed to do?
Besides the top-notch preparation, music is another important component of Delicious Festival. This year, Erykah Badu, an American singer, was the headliner. Kenyan-born Liz Ogumbo was also a guest artist at the festival, and considering that she has roots in Kenya, I decided to engage her on this bit. Talking to the founder of Delicious Festival, Lloyd, he's planning to take this particular event to Kenya next year. Do you think Kenya has the capacity to hold such an event, and what would it mean to the Kenyans at large?
I think that Kenya is the space and the next market. And I think that the Delicious has definitely made an impact here. And because like I said, I'm not just talking about Delicious because I was performing at Delicious. I actually go to Delicious. I'm the person who, if I'm in the country and you say Delicious is happening, I'm going. I buy my tickets. I think it's a really cool hangout. I think it's posh, which is good. Posh, clean, sophisticated. It's really a sophisticated crowd. Very musically switched crowd. So what I love about Delicious, and that I think would give it a chance to also fly in Kenya, is it's not about the biggest name in the artist game. It's about the musicality of the artist and what's so cool and different about the artist. So it's not just a lineup. It's not a big name that counts. And what happens is, what I think Lloyd and them have done really well is, I have discovered new artists at Delicious that I never even knew of, but musically are on fire, and now they are on my playlist. And what's cool about the crowd is they're also mature musically to receive. So from a consumer and receiving perspective, the crowd won't boo if they don't know who it is. They will give it a chance, and if you woo them and show them that they need you need to be on their playlist, they will plug in.
It will be interesting to see how Kenya will play host to this auspicious event next year.
I don't know if we have 20,000 people who are going to come out.
And what about the ticketing bit?
I think they have money. Do you think they have money? I know they have money. Money day. I know the money is there.
Well, it seems Kenyans are upbeat and can't wait for next year.
I feel Kenya, we are way ahead now, and I think it's the right time that we should hold such an event in Kenya. Looking at the kind of artists we have, we need to celebrate our own Kenyan artists. We need to celebrate our own foods, our own brands that answer. We don't need to celebrate international brands. I think we have the perfect platform now to celebrate the Kenyan brands on a Kenyan platform.
Do you believe that we have like a venue that would be able to hold the event? I'm curious as to how many Kenyans are ready to take their palate to the next level. And I think it will be a great way for them to learn and challenge themselves to try something new and eat much more delicious stuff than what they just know, you know? And that way the event is able to scale up. Like, let's say even if it was in Mombasa, people would be curious enough to go there. So I truly believe we have the capacity. I mean, we are one of the biggest countries in East Africa, so yeah.
From Johannesburg in South Africa, my name is Elijah Mwangi, and on behalf of the entire Chams media crew that has made this production a success, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.